What's up, gamers? This is Joe Ross of Cerulean Games. Along with my business partner Brody Howe, we travel around the country setting up at various trade shows and conventions to buy and sell vintage video games. This past weekend, we went with a group of friends to Philadelphia for 2014's Too Many Games. This was a great convention. Thousands of people were there, tons of dealers with lots of great inventory, lots of good cosplay, several panels and concerts. Angry Video Game Nerd was there signing autographs. Alpha Omegason was walking around chatting with collectors and gamers. Great show. Awesome promotion. Going there every year that I can. This is our first video, and I want to do a pickup video of some of the items that we got at the show. So, without further ado, let's begin. First off, we met a collector named Mike who was walking around selling some rare stuff. Fortunately, he came up to our table. One of the first games we got from him was Mega Man for the NES. This is retailing for about $50 at the moment, and we paid Mike $35 for it. As you see, it has a very nice label. For a dealer such as myself, $35 is a lot of money for a $50 game. However, at Cerulean Games, we want to pay more for rare and popular titles, especially ones like Mega Man that turn around very easily. This is a popular game and will be gone at the next show it's at. So for $35, I'm very happy with the price. Also from Mike, for the NES, we got North and South. This is a good strategy platformer game. It has some really good YouTube reviews. It retails for about $30, and we got it for $20 in our bundle deal with Mike. Very nice label, nice cartridge. Also from Mike, we got Ghoul Patrol for Super NES. Very nice label, like all the other games that he had. This one retails for about $45. We got it in our bundle deal. Paid about $30 for it. We also got Fire and Ice from Mike, but that sold at the show, so it's not in the video, sadly. We paid him $55 for that game, as an example of what we're paying. So, Ghoul Patrol, nice item, nice pickup. From another dealer who was set up, we got Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation. My favorite franchise, one of my favorite games actually. We paid $10 for this. It is complete. It has the original disc, not the greatest hits disc that people will put into these. Has the manual and the 989 sports insert. And as you can see on the back of the disc, they are nice. Very shiny. Very little scratches. Great piece. For $10, I thought that's a good buy. It's at least a $15 sell to the right collector, $20 all day long. There was another dealer set up. He was in a corner. At first, I kind of felt bad for him because he was in the back, but over time, I saw that a lot of people were going to his table, and he had some really nice stuff. I believe that they have a flea market store in the Philadelphia area, and so they were set up at the show to promote that. I got some good items from him, though. First of all, I got Legend for Super Nintendo. If you're looking for this game on eBay or online, you need to make sure that you search without Zelda, Mario RPG, and Mystical Ninja, because all of those have Legend in the title and will mess you up when you're looking for this. Take my advice, please. This cartridge was completely dirty when I got it, but thankfully Christina was nice enough to clean it up for me, so a big shout out to her. This retails for about $55 at the moment, and I paid $35. I think that was a good deal, and I'm happy with the purchase. From him, I also got Pokemon Yellow in the box. This is missing the manual. However, the box is pretty nice, and I believe I already have a buyer for this. She'll be very happy with it. If not, I'm going to get an extra manual for it. I paid $40 for this. With the manual, it will probably cost $10 to $15 when I can find the Pokemon Yellow manual by itself on eBay. It doesn't pop up individually too often. When that happens, I believe 100% complete, This will retail at $80 to $100. So good purchase there. From him, I also got Maniac Mansion complete in the box for NES. This is a mint copy. It is gorgeous. He had a lot of common NES games complete in the box in similar condition to this. I probably should have bought them, but I didn't. That kind of stuff is getting harder to find, especially in bulk, the way that he had it. James and Mike Mondays just did a review of this game, so it's gaining up in popularity, I think, a little bit. A lot of people were asking about it at the show. Last one on eBay sold for $55. This one is probably nicer than that. I think it could command $60, but I will probably sell it for $50 at a show. The last item I got from those guys was Mega Man 2, complete in the box. I would give the box about a 6 because of this ding right here, a 6 out of 10. It has the manual and one Nintendo advertisement in it. The cartridge is gorgeous. It's a pretty presentable piece. I paid $80 for this. I think to the right guy, it's going to sell for $100, maybe $120. I paid kind of high on it, more than I usually would, but it's harder to find these complete in a box, especially nice like this one is. So I think it would be a quick seller for me. I'm pretty content. I got a Mega Man 7 manual for Super NES. I bought this with the game from another dealer who was set up. He didn't have many games. He was doing arts and crafts, I believe. He had $175 for the game and manual. So I pounced on that. And I sold the game at the show, had a very nice label, to a guy for $150. So I have $25 into this manual. As you can see, it's got some wear to it. I would say it's near mint, about a 7 out of 10. This is something that I will put on eBay because manuals are kind of a tough sell for me at shows most of the time. So I'll put this on eBay where it has a better chance of selling. I'll do $100 buy it now or best offer. It will most likely sell for $85. There was another dealer set up, had lots of stuff. Great bulk, great quality. He had 2 copies of Panzer Dragoon Saga, 8 complete in-box copies of Super Metroid, lots of stuff. I bought this from him on the last day, Cocker's Bad Fur Day for the N64, everyone's favorite squirrel. As you can see, it has a very nice label to it. Most of the time you'll see these, they have 1 or 2 chips, at least around the outside on the edge of the black. You can see the white there. This one does not. I paid $65 for this. I think on a good day, a copy like this could command $80 to $90. This next piece, I didn't get it at the show. I got it the day after the show, but I decided to put it in this video anyway because it's so close to it. This came from Forever Games, a new game store in Pataskala, Ohio, where I live. A guy named Matt owns the store. He's a really nice guy. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Hyperstone Heist, complete in the box for Sega Genesis. It is missing the tab on top, unfortunately, and it is also missing the registration card. However, the manual and the cartridge are nice. It is a pretty solid copy. As you can see from the cartridge, the label is really nice. I would say 90% of these cartridges have moderate to severe label damage to them. I'm not sure why, but it just happens to be that way. I would say the cartridge by itself is worth $40, and we paid $40 plus tax for the whole thing. To the right collector, this is going to retail at $85. So that was a good purchase. Now, for some more rarer stuff, I have this NES top loader. We didn't purchase this, we traded for it. I had a copy of Demon's Crest, loose cart, stickered at $120. I was willing to take $100, But a guy came up and offered us this system along with the controller and cords, a copy of Super Smash Bros. For N64, and Super Mario 64. That was a no-brainer trade on my part. I've already sold Super Smash Bros. For N64. Sold that for $45, and then I traded away the Super Mario 64 for a copy of Pokemon Yellow. I still have this. It doesn't have the dog bone controller. It has a square controller. So with that, I think that this will retail for about $80, $80 to $100. So that was a good purchase. Now for the rarer stuff. Here we have Musha, complete in the box for Sega Genesis. This game, missing the tab, just like Hyperstone Heist, is in great shape. It does not have the warranty card, sadly, which would make it worth about $400. But it's got a near mint manual. I would give it about 7.5 out of 10. The cartridge is mint. I would say 9 out of 10. A gentleman walked up to the table with this, offering it for sale. I offered him $200 at first. He wouldn't take it, so then I offered him $220. We made the deal, and I think to the right collector, this copy will retail for about $300. Now these next three items, I have to show them together. Got a lot of points, a lot of laughs, a lot of drooling, a lot of questions, but I got 3 copies of Bubble Bobble 2 for the NES. What's funny about these is that as I bought them, they got cheaper in price throughout the day. I bought the first one for $245 from another collector, bought the second one for $230 from another dealer, and then I bought the third one from Mike, the first guy we mentioned, for $200. They each have gorgeous, beautiful labels, and the cartridges still have a nice sheen to them. Someone kept these and kept them nice. These are retailing, buy it now on eBay at about $275 a piece at the moment. However, I'm going to do a little speculating and hold off on them for a while, because I do believe that this should be a $300 game or more, especially considering what other NES titles are doing at the moment, like Little Samson, Flintstones, Bonks, and Panic Restaurant. So I think pretty soon this will go back over the 300 mark. All the buy nows on eBay are over 300 at the moment. So my experience in selling this tells me that that isn't too far out of the question. Now the final game I got was a Blockbuster exclusive, and I purchased it from Game Junkie. They were set up at the show. They have a store in Philadelphia. They were very nice people, and he was willing to work with me on the price. It is a complete copy of Metal Warriors for Super NES. As I said, Blockbuster exclusive. This came out later in the Super Nintendo's life. It has some of the best graphics on the system. Beautiful animation. If you've ever played this on one of the Sony PVM monitors, you will know that this is a great game. I paid $350 for this. The box, I would say, is about a 4 out of 10. However, for this particular game, a 4 out of 10 is probably the nicest condition you're going to get on average. This is the nicest box I've seen, actually. Most of the time, they are covered in Blockbuster labels on the back. This one is not. If they aren't covered in labels, they're usually torn from where someone has ripped the label off. This has a little bit of that right there where a sticker was before and someone peeled it off the wrong way, unfortunately. You should use a hairdryer. They did not. The flaps are still intact though. There are no major tears or rips to it. There is some crushing here and there, some creasing, some cuts to where it was probably opened by Blockbuster with a X-Acto knife. but still a great box. The game itself is in pretty nice shape. It still has some plastic around it. There's a little nick right there on the label. However, this is still a pretty nice copy of this game. Most of the time it has worse wear than this to it, being the Blockbuster exclusive, and will have stickers on it at times. This one does have some adhesive on it, but I think with a little TLC, I can get that off nicely without damaging the label. It's a nice copy. It would be good, possibly for someone wanting to upgrade from a worse copy that they have. It has all the inserts, the Nintendo advertisements, crispy critters. They're very nice. It has the Konami send-off. Has not been filled out yet. In nice shape. No bends or folds. And what takes the cake is the manual. This manual is beautiful, gorgeous, immaculate. There's little to no wear along the edges, along the binding. There are no rips or tears or bends or creases or writing. This manual, I would say, is probably by itself worth about $250 to $300. This is a nice piece. This will also usually be covered in stickers as well, and it is not. All in all, I would say this piece will probably retail for $550 to $600. Now, you could probably piece together one nicer than this over time, but as a complete whole, not pieced together, as an original, I think it's one of the nicest ones you can possibly get as a collector. So, that wraps up our purchases that we had. Like I said, all of these games will be available at our upcoming shows that we will be set up at. Our next one is CCAG in Cleveland, Ohio. You can check that one out at ccagshow.com. Mike is the person in charge of running it. He's a really nice guy. That is July 26th. It's a Saturday. I believe the show runs from 12 to 6. Great show. Hundreds of people attend. Some really rare stuff at that show, especially if the right people show up. They also have some really good tournaments as well. So I suggest checking that one out. Next, we will be, after that, in Huntington, West Virginia for the new Power Up show. That is August 2nd. Then we will be ACEC, the Atari Computer Enthusiasts of Columbus annual swap meet. That is August 23rd on Saturday. And then in September, we will be at GamersCon in Stowe, Ohio, just outside of the Akron-Canton area. That's a good little local show. I'm not sure the date yet. It hasn't been published. You can go online at gamerscon.com, talk to Jared. He runs the show. I'm waiting for my email back from him to confirm the show date. That's a good local show if you're in the Cleveland area or Tuscarawas County, anywhere in northeastern Ohio. It's definitely worth the drive. There'll be some good dealers set up, and they have some good raffles as well. That about wraps it up. Some of the other items that we got at the show I know are Godzilla 2. Brody picked that one up. He'll probably do his own video like this. You can check him out at 8-Bit Brody here on YouTube, where he'll be showing some of the pickups that he got. He got some good deals as well, and I'm sure he's eager to show you about them. That about wraps it up. Be sure to check out Cerulean Games on Facebook. We have the same logo that's on the YouTube page here. There's two Cerulean Games, one in Colorado, the other us in Ohio. Also, Cerulean Games on eBay. That's our eBay store. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the pickups that we got, and hope you guys come to one of our shows and see us. Have a nice day.